Today, I'm not sure of Vlogmas. The project I'm doing today is a Christmas gift, so I'm doing it. It's like one of the first things I'm working on, but because it's a Christmas gift, it needs to be one of my last posts. So I'm not sure when this will get posted, but happy Vlogmas! Yeah, so today I am working on some keepsake ornaments. So basically this is something that somebody had done for me after I'd gotten married, and I am doing this for a couple that we had gone to their wedding in October. But they're just like little fun ornaments with keepsakes from the wedding. They're super simple to make. They can be really inexpensive. But they're fun. They're great if they're like the person you're giving to is very sentimental, and I know for sure that the groom, at least, is a very sentimental individual, so this is something he will for sure enjoy. Yeah, so basically what I have from the wedding that I kept is I kept some of their wedding day menus. They're like menus and the programs. So I kept one of those, like one for each bulb, like an entire program is gonna fit inside of the bulb basically. And then I also kept at least four, because they're doing 4 ornaments, so I had 4 of their kissing wands. When I made these for my wedding, I called them fairy wands. I assume that I think that's what they called them at their wedding, I'm not sure. Either way, you know, they were just like a little simple wedding favor, basically. So I got 4 of them, and then the ribbon and the yarn, the entire thing of that is also going to go into the bulbs. And then I'm keeping the bell, that's going to go on top of the bulb. And then I also they had some wooden confetti, so I kept some of that because I thought that would be a really sweet touch inside of the bulbs. So apart from those, I also have what has become my favorite, like glitter, at least for like winter. It's for acrylic paintings. That's what they advertised it for, but I found it on clearance and I've been using it for everything but. So I'm adding a little bit to the bulbs so they have like a little bit of an extra sparkle to them. And then I also made sure to pick out some hooks so that they would be ready to hang when the bride and groom get them. Yeah, so first things first with the bulbs, which the bulbs you can get at the dollar store. I didn't get mine at the dollar store though. I instead got mine at a craft store, and they cost more at the craft store, but when I got them, they ended up being under $1 because there was a sale. So the first thing I'm going to do with these is I'm going to take the top and unattach it so that I can have the ready for the bell. Yeah, so I'm just going to take the top apart like that, and then I'm going to take the bell from the kissing wand, or the fairy wand, the whatever wand. Let's see here. Just pull that right off. Yeah. I'm going to cut the string. It's on like a little string from where it was tied on, so I'm going to unattach that string, just snip it right off. And then I'm going to just slip that right onto the metal loop for the bulb, and then put that back together. Yeah, so that is now ready. It'll just need its hook, which I guess I can do that right now too. And it's done. Cool. So set that aside. The next thing I worked on, which I did most of them already, is I cut the menu program into strips, kind of like that. And then I took the dowel rod from one of the other ones, and I used it to curl, because I want all of the pieces curled up before they go into the bulb, because they're a nice little filler and it keeps it like interesting on the inside. But yeah, so that's all I did there. So all of this is going to go into the bulb first, and then yeah, so I've also kept the dowel rod to kind of like, or I used a pencil for the first one, and then I realized, oh, I've got these dowel rods to use. So I also kept it on hand, not just to curl the paper, but to kind of help stuff things into the bulb, because it's gonna get full. Which is fine, because since it's just paper a few pieces of wooden confetti, which are super lightweight already, and then some ribbon and yarn. It's gonna be full, but it's gonna be really light. So that's why I'm like, just use it all. Like, you're gonna use the whole menu, you're gonna use all the yarn on it. Just use everything and fill it like to the brim. Because it's not gonna add in on any extra weight to make it so that you can't hang it, you know? But yeah, so just... Oh, sorry about that. The camera, yes. I'm just gonna adjust that a little bit. I'm gonna go. I did do this in kind of like layers with one of the bulbs, where I did like half of my paper first, and then I did half of the ribbon and yarn, and then I did the second half of my paper and the second half of the ribbon and yarn, and it didn't make any like real difference. So I'm just gonna do all of one thing, like all of the paper first, and then I'll probably do all of the ribbon next. But yeah, so there's no like specific rhyme or reason to how you're gonna do this. Just, you'll have the dowel rod to move things around to help keep it looking nice. But yeah, like the paper, you use all of the paper because that really helps fill out the space. But because it's also curled, you can kind of like weave the ribbon into it. But yeah, so technically, like when I got mine, because I was gifted some after I got married, when I got mine, it just had the paper part in it. But I realized that the ribbon from these wands was really nice color scheme, and that should go in there too because it's their wedding colors. So I went ahead and snagged extra of those. So it looks fine with the paper in my opinion, because I love mine, even though it just has the paper. I did get one that was made using some of the flowers from my wedding, and I had silk flowers because of my allergies. It was just easier to work with them for the decorations. But yeah, so I'm gonna cut these in half. So it's kind of off camera right here, but just so you're aware of where I'm at. I'm not gonna cut them any shorter than the cutting them in half, because I like having like good, like solid spots of the color. I don't want like too small of pieces. So yeah, ribbon is next. So I'm just gonna, this is where you're gonna need like a pencil, or if you have like dowel rods from your wedding favors, to kind of like squash that in there, and then kind of move it around as you put more in there. And if it seems like it's already too full, like, don't be fooled. Keep going. You can put more in there. But yeah, so I have like little spots of like ribbon color. Let's do one of these. Now the glitter was not something that they really had at their wedding. Like, they didn't just have tons of glittered things all over the place. But I am like adding it just because like I said earlier, it's a nice little touch of a sparkle. It makes it like a little more magical. Oh, I hit the camera again. I'm sorry. Should probably move. But yeah, so I mean, technically the yarn that's in there already has like a nice little sparkle to it, but I like the snowy sparkle. Do this. And the confetti, the wooden confetti hearts, because of all of the paper and all of the ribbon in here, those don't move loosely around, which I thought when I did the first one that they would. So it's only gonna be, you know, easy to see like maybe one or two of them in the bulb, but I'm gonna go ahead and put them in all of them anyway, just because of the whole like sentimental aspect of it. They should be there in my opinion. Cool. Okay, yeah, so that's where we're at. It's fun. Alright, so little confetti is next. I'm just gonna pop them in one at a time, and then, yeah, so yeah, like I mean, they're there, but they're not going to be as visible. But I think they're still important, so they're all going to go in. And I'm going to use the dowel rod to kind of like maneuver them around so they are a little more visible, but I'm not going to be too worried. My assumption is eventually they'll settle like on the bottom there. I just thought that they would settle there sooner than what they actually did. But it's still a nice touch, so here we go. There's the last one. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, so yeah, technically that should be it. That should be done, but I'm going to do my extra little bits of glitter in there. And then I'm going to shake it up, decide if it needs some more glitter. Or I'm just going to really load it up. Okay, here we go, just shake. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so yeah, nothing too overwhelming with the glitter, which is fine. I am going to do a little bit more because I kind of want some on like that side of the bulb too. Yeah, and this glitter being super lightweight, like that's why I'm like, just really fill it up, like, oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, so it's just there to add a little bit of extra sparkles, which, you know, you can't really see here, but when it's on a Christmas tree with all the Christmas lights, that should look really good. Just close this up, and voila. So I'm going to snap this back on, and then that is it. It's like a 30-minute project, you know, because I had everything ready to go. The hardest part is cutting the paper and curling it, but it's just like a fun little ornament. Yeah, so that's not too hard, a little simple gift. So now all I have to do for them is I want to find a box for them so it can double as storage, but because we also have to mail it, it'll make it easier to mail them if they're already in a nice box, but when the newlyweds get them, they will be ready to hang. And then they have like a whole set. So yeah, that is today's project. Super, super easy. Nothing, you know, extraordinary, but still fun. Yeah, they're going to do whatever they want. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know what tomorrow's video is going to be because it is the beginning of the month. But yeah, so I guess I will see you or you will see me tomorrow.